right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is January 30th. It is Thursday. Welcome to another session of Markets with Morning Joe. I don't know if you see me. I'm having all kinds of technical issues here with the software. Camera's not working. Uploading video issues. I mean, you name it. I'm having problems with it all. It's been going on all week, and that's why I haven't posted any videos the last couple of days because I haven't had really the time or the patience to deal with it. But I'm gonna try to get a video out for you today. Hopefully, this video will post. Um, Again, I don't know what's up with the camera, but maybe it's better that you guys don't see me this morning. Anyhow, I've got a cup and coffee in hand, and I'm ready to go over these markets with you. So let's dive in. I'm gonna try to do this within 20 minutes. That's pretty much the limit that I have. So last night we had three big tech earnings. We got Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla all reported earnings after the bell. We're looking at the screen right now. You see right here, Microsoft is down almost $20, and Meta is up slightly in the pre-market. Yesterday, or I should say last night, it was trading over 700, and it's sold off since then, of course. We'll see what happens today after the market. I'm sure it's gonna, break above $700 again. We'll see how high it goes, and the question is, does it stay above 700? Does it stay above this parallel channel trend line, or does it come back below? So we'll see. Right now, Meta's got all the attention, all the momentum. Everybody's piling into Meta these last, several weeks, especially this week, after the whole, market crash or tech crash on Monday. Meta freaking, had a huge comeback that day. So we'll see where it goes from here. Microsoft, on the other hand, that chart, it's been chopping around in this range. It's got this. Let me try. You know what? I'm gonna flip to. There you go, a larger screen. So it's been chopping around in this range for quite some time, several months now, and I don't know. I'm not sure where this is going to go. Long term, it's bullish. Obviously, if you look at a monthly chart pattern, it is a very, very, very strong chart. Long term, I mean, it's not going anywhere but up. However, even on a monthly chart pattern, this looks like a bullish, like a bear flag pattern to me, right? So you got your flagpole here, consolidation on the lower end of this last candlestick right here. So this looks like, to me at least, it looks like it wants to come back lower short term, and then I'm sure it'll end up getting a huge bid. It'll continue to grow stronger. Tesla. Come on, let's go. All right. So Tesla is well, that's the monthly chart. We don't really know where Tesla is going to go from here on a monthly. It's sitting on support, and of course Tesla is going to go higher too. But short term, in the weeks or days to come, it's kind of riding along this trend line, almost similar to Bitcoin. Obviously Tesla got a huge bid after Trump won the election, because of Elon Musk being involved. But we'll see where it's going to go from here. I mean, time will tell. It's kind of hard to make of this chart. There's a lot of momentum in Tesla as well. It is bullish, but we'll see what happens with tech. There's a lot of money in all the tech stocks over these last couple of years, and long term they're all going to continue to grow, but short term, it's possible that we could see technology stocks possibly retreat a little bit. So here we have this red bar. Back in December, And tech stocks have not been able to, come back to that high or anywhere near it. So it's still trading within, it's still consolidating within this red bar. We'll see if it's gonna make its way higher after earnings, or does it, take a little bit of a downturn and take a break. And basically, there's so much money consolidated in the tech sector. All global funds, everybody, you name it, everybody's invested in technology, semiconductors, the big mega cap stocks. It's all within like a handful of stocks, and there needs to be a rotation. There needs to be a healthier market. That's my opinion. I hate seeing all this money in a handful of stocks. I mean, look what happened on Monday when the AI news came out over the weekend. Everything collapsed on Monday, and a lot of the stocks bounced back a little bit. But Nvidia took the biggest hit, and it's still trading towards the lows. All right, it went as low as like 114, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Maybe in the pre-market. 116. Yeah, I could have sworn it went down. Yeah, probably 116 was the lowest. But we'll see what happens from here. What does Nvidia's earnings? What do they look like when they finally come out? Where does the market go from there? Where does the SMH, the semiconductor fund, go from there? Right now, the SMH is pretty beat up. So where is the SMH? Right here. It's not looking pretty, like Nvidia, so it topped out back in July, and it's been chopping within a triangular pattern, similar to Microsoft, although Microsoft's been hanging on. Microsoft broke below, the lower triangle trend line, and it made its way back up, and it's been trading within the channel. So do the semiconductor stocks do the same thing? Do they have a comeback? Right now, on a daily basis, they're trading below all three moving averages, your 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day. On a weekly basis, it's still trading, it's riding that 50-day resistance. So this, to me, doesn't look great. I mean, this could come down, let's see, 283 down to 200, so about $83 from the high right here, which would be 268 approximately, 269. So this thing could drop, let's call it 270 minus 80. Help me out with some math here. 270 minus 80, what is that? 190 bucks? No? 200? Yeah, 190 bucks. Sorry, my math is not the greatest. That's what happens when you rely on calculators. All right, so semiconductors. Anyhow, that's on the weekly basis. Long term, these stocks are set up to go higher. So we might get a little retreat back into the 200 on a monthly term basis. You've got the 20-day moving average at 200, 50-day moving averages at 156. I don't think it'll get down to 156. However, as time passes on, these moving averages, kind of continue upwards, or they kind of level out. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they've already been down to $200 back in August, so that was a pretty decent correction there. Let's go up to the dollar. I spoke about the dollar last week. And let's go to a daily basis here. So, I mentioned I was expecting the dollar to come down to 107, which it did, and then I said it would come back, it would bounce. Let's see, I think was I looking at the daily chart? No, it was a daily chart. So made it down to, broke below 107, all right, but it had all of this support down here, a lot of support right here, right? So I'm going to switch to so you can see, right here, and if you look across, there was a lot of support back here. So, that lot of support that it bounced off of made its way back up. And I said it would probably come back up to the $108 range because there's resistance right here with all this overhead. And it's trading pretty much, in that range. So I still expect it to, I don't know what happens with markets and Trump and tariffs and all that stuff and how that'll affect the dollar. But we'll see. I'm no economist or anything like that, but based on this chart, this could maybe come back up as high as 109. Weekly it's still high. It had a nice drop. It can continue to drop, and that's what Trump wants. So and it's good for markets. So as the dollar comes down, let me go back to the daily. It's kind of leveled out. As the dollar goes up, look at gold. Gold's up today, right? So, a few days ago, it had a nice rally up to 27.85, almost tagging that previous high from before. It sold off, and now it's making its way back, and now it's back up to 27.79 at the moment. So I think we're going to see gold, tag that 2,800 real soon, and we'll see where it goes from there. Long term, I'm very bullish on gold. Same thing with silver. Silver's breaking out this morning. So precious metals and all the mining stocks are having a nice bid this morning, at least in the pre-market. We'll see what happens after the market opens. But you can see silver here on a daily basis. It's trading above, all three moving averages. It broke out of this downwards trend line, so this is good. There's a lot of resistance here, but I think we're going to see silver start to, consolidate and finally make its way higher. Weekly, it's tagging that 20-day moving average. It did last week, but hopefully there's enough momentum in here this for the rest of this week that it'll break above that 20-day moving average. So we'll see. This could hit some resistance and retreat a little bit, but I think we're good. I don't think we're going to see silver come back down. We'll see what happens. Hopefully not. I'm definitely a bull when it comes to precious metals. Gold miners are up. Silver miners are up. Let's talk about oil. Oil is going a little bit lower than I thought it would. I would have expected oil to bounce back off this trend line right here. But as you can see, it broke through. There's a 20-day moving average on a weekly basis. So maybe that's where it's going, somewhere around the $71 range. On a daily basis, I really expected it to bounce here. It broke right through the 20-day and the 200-day moving average and through this trend line. I really thought this would have held and come back up and, and make its way back up to $77 or so. That has not been the case so far, but there's some good support down here, so maybe that's what it's waiting for. We'll see what happens with that. Natural gas is taking a beating this week, and spiders. Let's take a look at the spiders. Spiders, same thing as the Qs. Basically, they're battling this red bar from back in December, but it's trading above the daily moving averages, and we'll see, does it continue higher? I guess it all depends on earnings this week. We'll see how that goes. If it sells off, depending on the earnings on the big mega cap stocks, or we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin was trading at 105 earlier, and I want to extend this trend line here. What happened? It's gone up. Oh wait, yeah, I got to change it to an arrow. All right, there we go. So if I extend this upwards a little bit from where it was, so we're going to keep it on the bottom of these candles. Just go a little bit higher. You can see that today it's moving back up, but I expect it to stall out again, uh, right around here, 106, 107. I'm not, I'm not, I just don't see it. I don't see it unless something drastic changes. I don't see Bitcoin going up any higher. We'll see what happens. I think this is just making a nice bounce back up off of this lower parallel channel trend line, and hopefully we see Bitcoin break below. So that's my take on Bitcoin, and that's it. That's pretty much it. It's been a wild week, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be crazy with the rest of earnings. So, if you're a long-term investor, none of this really matters to you. If you're a day trader, you're loving the volatility, and I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel. Sorry about all the technical issues, but if you enjoy the videos, if you're finding any of it helpful or useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Cheers, have a great day, and hopefully I'll get this technology stuff figured out on my end sooner than later. I was trying to get YouTube live streaming set up, but I'm having problems with that too. So I don't know. I got a lot to work on. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one.